Hi, everybody. It's Dennis, the active trend trader. Are you one of the traders who has a difficult time finding great growth stocks to trade every weekend? Well, we've got the answer. Welcome to How to Make Money Trading Stocks and Options. We're going to cover three things. Our panel of expert traders has picked out three top shelf growth stocks that are setting up and ready potentially to trade next week. Number two, an analysis of the indexes showing which ones are strongest, which ones are weakest, and what the potential is for a move next week. And then we'll also cover another trading problem or issue that you may be having, and we'll provide an answer to that will help you, one, maximize your profits and minimize your losses. So let's get into today's session right now. Okay, hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Dennis Wilborn. Welcome to the How to Make Money Trading Stocks and Options plus Trading Tips. I want to welcome both Anil and Steve to this Saturday, or correction, this Friday. You can tell I'm a little bit out of it. You can also probably tell my voice is a little bit strained, if you will. As most of you know, I went out down and had, my wife and I had we were tested for COVID, came back positive. And one of the things I want to encourage everybody to do, just straight out of the box, is, and this is, talk to your healthcare professional, your doctor, in other words, ahead of time to see what protocol he or she follows. Because one of the things that's very interesting about this whole thing so far is Michelle's doctor is following a certain protocol. My doctor is following a certain protocol. The protocol that my wife's doctor is following is much more successful than the one that my doctor's following. And so I'm a little bit pissed off about that right now because Michelle's getting better and I'm not. Anyway, we got some exciting stocks to look at today, but just sit down with your doc beforehand, because that way you'll know. If you want to know about things like what kind of cocktails is he going to fix up for you, what kind of medicine is he going to give you, just get it set up ahead of time. I thought I had done that. And so we'll see a little bit later on today, because I hate to think I'm going to go through the whole weekend and not have the same medicine my wife has. And she's right now, her doctor's prescribed ivermectin, and it has done very well for her. She, within an hour, was feeling much better and is feeling almost, back on top of her game. Fatigue is gone. And so, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to talk about stocks. So let's go ahead and jump into today's session.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you betcha. And it's being forewarned is forearmed. So, hey, just don't survive, thrive in any market. We've had a very good week this week with the active trend trading system. If you want to maximize your profits, minimize your losses, active trend trading is designed for traders just like you. Tested, proven, clear, and simple system. And we bring that all together on Friday. Both the Steve and Anil bring great stocks to the table with their stock picks. And so we'll do a market index review, stock picks of the week. And then finally, if we have any stock checkups, we'll also take a look at that. I like both the choices of both Anil and Steve. And I think that, sometimes it's okay to do a retread or you reprocess through a stock that has been a past winner for you. And that's what I'm doing with mine today. So remember that all the materials we provide are for training purposes. Traders should always pay per trade any new method prior to the risk of their own personal capital. Past performance is not an indication of promise or a promise for future performance. Excuse me. Okay, as you see, we started to tick back up, and with the first week of the month, June or July was, a tough month. We almost a double hit on both strategies on June, but as you can see, we've almost for July, but in the first week of August, we've almost made that back up. The anticipation is it's time to kick it in the rear and jump the returns, pushing back up towards this 40% line, which that's my target every year. If I can do above that, great. If I do right at it, great. So here's where you're last week. As I said, we finished off the month. We're up about 10%. As you can see, the first week in August had a very nice, almost 3.5% gain for the month, correction for the week. And a lot of this is prices that we have already taken off the table with our, swing trades that we do on a regular basis. And so the Dow, as you can see, up 15, S&P 18, NASDAQ up at 17, and the Russell about 13.85. And as the active trend trading is starting to catch back up with the indexes, and I'm anticipating by the end of the year, I won't say that it's going to double the index or what the index is doing, but I typically will beat the index on a year-over-year basis, just like we've done for the last 9 years. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the indexes. The S&P. We'll use the spider to represent the S&P. And on the left is a weekly chart. On the right is a daily chart. Get my drawing tools up here. Price actions continue to push up. I mentioned last weekend that I would anticipate a pullback back into, what moving average has been the supporting moving average for the, of course. There we go. What's moving average has been the supporting moving average going up? Well, it's been the 50. However, it will dance around the 8 and the 20 as it continues to move higher. Price action on the S&P has pushed up to a new high. All the moving averages are in gear to the upside. But we do have I would say, a significant level of a negative divergence here on the TSI. Not so much, though, on the market forecast, although the market forecast is up towards the top. However, on the market forecast, it tends to not give the same characteristic moves when it's at the topping upper reversal zone as it does when it's on the lower reversal zone. That tends to be a much stronger and healthier, robust signal, which actually works out pretty good because we'd rather catch it with prices going that way. Everything on the S&P is in gear to the upside. I will look at moving, pullbacks into the moving averages, but right now there's nothing to write home about with the S&P. Okay, Qs. Q that also pushed up, made a new high, and now it is basically just pulling back into the 8-day moving average. Not, nothing to write home about. We do have price actions turning over after demonstrating a negative divergence. We had a two-line cluster on the market forecast. However, there is no bearish reversal signal on the candlestick. So that's what we've got going there. Now the NASDAQ on the weekly, again, it's just basically following right up the moving the trend line. And one of the things you can do is basically just, if you want to trade into the Qs, is you can draw a trend line across this lower level, the low from this week, the low from that week. Price actions get down to that. Go ahead and look at, opening a position there with a stop immediately behind that, below that. That's another way to trade into the Qs. Russell. Russell is playing it will start trading some catch up. Playing catch up. I like the Russell. I'm going to basically modify this drawing right here. I'm going to pull it up to here or there. Let's do, there we go. And now we basically came down higher lows, higher high, and we are back above, well, almost back above all the moving averages. So on the IWM, I will look at any kind of a pullback back towards the moving averages, and it may not get much back, below the 50 and or the 34-day moving average. And I'll keep my eye on this uptrend line for a trade with the IWM. I think the IWM going into normally on the first part of September, mid part of September, IWM will tend to catch a bid and will then normally outperform. There's a tendency to outperform the other two indexes. And we'll just see if that happens again this year. That is historically that's one of the things that happens with the Russell, that the October, November, December move of the Russell tends to be over and above that of the other indexes. So, guys, that's what I've got. I'm bullish, but I need a pullback or some kind of a trigger to get on. I in my pecking order, I would look to trade the NASDAQ, the Qs, Russell, IWM, and then I'd probably just, if I was trading both of those, I wouldn't worry about the S&P.
I pretty much agree with you, except maybe I'm a lot more bullish than you are. I became very bullish this week on Tuesday, and the subsequent follow-up price action does nothing to change my bullishness. In fact, I'm more bullish than ever. I'd say buy all setups that occur. My problem is I can't find setups.
Yeah, I know.
Positions, and nothing's really setting up for me. But if they do, I'll be buying. I'm pretty much max fully invested, but I'm looking for a couple more positions. That
okay.
I can
So I'm same place with Steve as far as finding the setups. But with the triple screen system that I'm following, I do find one or two setups, good setups. So
yeah, I was very.
Happens. Need to have the courage to jump in when the setup says so, and I'm trying to.
That's right.
Get there more and more.
A market climbs a wall of worry. This is not time to be worried. You
No.
set up, you jump on. Don't think
That's
about
right.
it.
But
Don't
Steve,
overthink it.
Steve, you and I said the same thing.
Yeah,
We're
said
basically,
differently.
I'm bullish, but I want to pull back to trigger a trade.
Sure.
That's all.
Yeah,
You know, what's really the autopilot trade system based on the, you know, the top five stocks that I've list out every week. It did really quite well this week. We triggered, I think, into 3 out of 5 of the entities. And so I'm really pleased with that. But what was really nice is the stocks from previous weeks. They came through very nicely. RVLV came through. Deere is coming through. And so that's one of the things. So, okay, guys, let's talk about stocks. Steve
okay.
Steve said he doesn't have a stock this week.
I don't have a specific pick for today, but I have a stock that I'm watching for an entry on Monday or Tuesday.
And that's
I like
not
Roku.
and that's not yet. Hold on.
Okay. It's been a nice performer through most of last year. This year it's spent quite a bit of time pulling back. We've carved out what I call a Wyckoff accumulation trading zone it's pretty much ended, and we're at a place where I expect strong buying to come in. And
Okay.
in anticipation, I'm looking for a long side trade. They reported earnings yesterday.
Yep.
Or the day before, I can't remember now. It had great price action in response to those earnings. It opened up low, but it traded very strongly after the earnings were announced. It beat earnings about 4-1 by 40, I think 12 cents versus about 50 cents.
Right.
They're doing very well. They're poised at a nice. It's in a nice structural place in their chart. And I'm looking for a way to go long. I would go long. If you're aggressive, you could go long today. I would go long above yesterday's high on Monday.
Okay.
I'd like to see some buying. I think it's a good response to the earnings. I'd like to see some follow through buying before I enter.
Roger that. Yeah, I'd like to see TSI turn back, start to turn back up, but also
if the buyers come in, TSI will turn up.
Yep.
No question.
And I'd like to see a reversal candlestick. That's all.
Well, I see that as in place. The prior 3 days, the 2 days, I call that a kicker pattern. It's a strong reversal pattern. No follow through today, but I expect it to be strong. Yeah.
Now, if it does kicker up here,
yeah,
then it's jump on that baby really quick.
Absolutely. Above yesterday's high is my entry.
So,
and a stop would probably, if that occurs, a stop under today's low.
Okay.
Very aggressive. I want to be wrong quickly if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I just love the way that Steve trades, and everybody who's on the line. He keeps his stops really tight, and it's okay. And sometimes I'll bet you're carrying like a 1 to 2% stop loss because you keep your stop losses so tight.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to that's one. There's an old adage about trading that says, hit your losers fast.
Right. The winners take care of themselves. You don't have to worry about the winners. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. One of my favorite stocks. I have not traded this in a while. So, Anil.
Yeah, my system said I got a signal on Tesla yesterday.
Okay.
And it's pulling back today and finding support at near the 8-day line. So I'm picking it up today, right here, right now.
I like it. It's a good pick.
Okay, so you're good to. Yep. And so, okay. So where's your going to be? Where will your stop loss be? Just 5%?
Yeah, about about 5%.
Okay. Let's get an idea of approximate. Okay, so right. Yeah, 5% is going to take you down slightly below the 50-day moving average. And in reality, this should not go below the 50-day moving average if it is started up on a new uptrend. So I like it. Tesla. So, okay, guys. I told you I dusted one off here.
Uh-oh. Docu, oh, I like Docu too. I almost picked this one today.
DocuSign, and I just want to share this with everybody, is one of the things I always take a look at first is I want to know what my composite is, DocuSign, and in this particular case, my composite is 99. My accumulation distribution is an A. I think I can get, you can have up to an A plus. EPS, 99. I would say this is a pretty strong stock.
It is.
And with that said, then I'm where I would basically either do one or two things. I would, if I could buy it right now, or I could, if I wanted to finesse it, I would put in an order to buy some about $300 right there at the 8-day moving average. My stop loss in a case like that would be down below those swing lows there, or I could go all the way below the 34-day moving average and still hit 4.74%. So that's my choice. This is my choice for this week.
I like it a lot. It was almost my pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I like it. I actually bought it.
You know what's
a couple of weeks ago.
You know what's really great though is I've noticed that and partly it's the pool of stocks that we're all choosing out of is both Anil, Steve, and myself. We basically oftentimes choose the same stock, but it's in a slightly different place. And so there's a lesson to be learned that for everybody. The thing about it is it doesn't mean either way is right or wrong about doing it. It's just that we look at things a slightly different way, and then we'll work on it from there. So DocuSign, that's what we're working on with DocuSign. I do want to show one thing that is of Steve basically said he is bullish, so am I. At the same time, though, is there anything that we should be leery about? Well, one of the things I also like to watch is I like to watch this stock, which is the percentage of stocks above the 20-day moving average on the NYSE. And as the NASDAQ and the S&P have pushed up to new highs, this entity is not doing that. As you can see, it basically started rolling over at the beginning of the year and then went into where each time that the market would push up to a new high, this index would not. And what that's telling us is that the participation in the overall bigger rally on the indexes, the weighted indexes, is being pushed by fewer stocks, or the big name stocks, if you will, the ones that have the big weighted average. Now, they can go a long time at holding up the market, but at some point, inertia will take over. And so this is just one of those things where right now, the momentum on this indicator is negatively divergence. The other thing to be looking for, I know some of you use this along with me, is when it gets down here into 30 to 15 area, that's when it tends to give you a really nice bounce to the upside. And that's been very predictive for years. Excuse me.
And it's getting, since it did that, it's gotten stronger. So I say it's bullish.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah.
And so
It's interesting how we interpret things sometimes.
And so, well, but the question is, well, now I won't.
We're making higher highs and higher lows. I mean, it's in an uptrend. We've taken out a prior high. I mean, not the all-time high, not those levels, but the one.
Yeah, I'm just talking about
June, the one in June has been taken out.
One right here, yeah, from June.
Yeah.
It has been taken out. At the same time, though, it is still lagging the other indexes. So, okay, guys, thank you so much, guys. I think we got any questions from anybody out there? Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Get well soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And be safe. And just take your wife's medicine. Forget her.
No. It's funny. She guards her medicine with under lock and key because she knows.
As well, I would.
And so she goes, no. This is from my doctor. You know, so no, I love my doctor. He's really great and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, though, it really seems like there's just a mixed mesh of protocols that
Sure.
doctors are using. So.
And really, they don't know anything definitively well. You know, it's not an easy thing to manage. You know? But I would try anything a patient wants to try. There's no harm in trying things.
Well, especially if it is going to cause no harm. And like I said, it was remarkable how quickly yesterday she started feeling better.
Sure.
I mean, by within 3 hours of taking the first dose, she goes, "Hey, I'm feeling better."
Wow, that's fabulous.
Anyway, okay, guys, that's it for today. Let's go ahead and let me wrap up the rest of the day.
Okay.
So just remember, if you are looking for just a straight and simple way to be able to trade, place your trades on autopilot. The autopilot combo is a great way to do that. You get 2 ETFs and 5 stocks to trade every week. And so switching on autopilot is a great way to go. And again, find out with the combo, you save even more. And it's at activetrendtrading.com/autopilot. You can see my voice is starting to fade. So, 2021, consistent and disciplined and wealth building. That's what we're continuing to work towards. Keep growing the egg, trade well and prosper. We'll be back at the top of the hour with the final hour for premium members. So aloha, trade well, prosper, start growing your building now. Mahalo. God bless everybody. And again, thank you guys for your prayers. I really appreciate that. And so Steve and Anil, really appreciate you guys. And I'm going to sign off.
Thank you.
Our pleasure, and you be well. Take care.
Aloha.
Bye now.